right. So that one, and okay, awesome. Okay, so Lucy, this is your home program and anybody can benefit from it. And Lucy, you're working on posture, you're working on reducing the tension in through the neck and shoulders, where you can get a lot of pain, and to help to get the head back so there's a little bit less of a head forward, or what's referred to as kyphosis. So the posture is quite good. It's that we're going to work on improving the lengthening in the spine to release in the tension in the neck. So the first exercise we do is come down, and we're going to do a knees to chest, just to open the low back. So I drew the shoulder blades under so the neck is long and free, and then draw the knees into the body, the elbows bend so the shoulders stay back. And that way you're really getting under the shoulder blades and you get a little bit of a stretch in the low back. And you can always feel free to just pause the video here if it's brilliant and you want to, breathe a bit and let go. And then you take the feet down, and they're quite close to the body, so not far. And you get as close as you can to the buttocks, and you press the feet down, they're apart, and you press in all four corners of the feet. And again, I'm going to wriggle the shoulder blades under, press the palms down. The gaze is to the ceiling, so you're not tucking the chin. There's a picture of Marilyn Monroe doing that, but she's probably looking at her boobs. But anyways, so you're pressing into the feet and you're tilting the tailbone out. So it's a lengthening, it's a pelvic tilt of the spine. Press into the feet. If there's discomfort in the knees, just take the feet a little further away. I can feel my back better there. And then taking the arms under, you interlace the fingers and move the wrists, elbows, backs of arms down as far as you can. Press into the feet and scoop the tailbone out. The head is back, so again, no tuck of the chin. So there's a good space underneath the neck, under the cervical spine. The backs of the arms press down. You keep the tailbone reaching out and pressing into all four corners of the feet. And as the arms press back, you'll feel the opening through the shoulders, and you keep the breathing in and out through the nose. And just when I did that, now I can feel the pose when I stop talking, and just breathe in and out through the nose. And you can stay here anywhere from right about 20 something seconds right now, but you can stay here for 10 seconds and more, or 5 breaths. And then you can take the arms apart, let the upper back come down first if that can happen. So you're gonna keep the tail up until the last minute, scoop out, and then lower the upper back down. And then release all the way to the floor, to a neutral spine. And then from there, you can come up and take the legs straight in front, turn the fingers in, and you're gonna have the legs straight. And I always say it's really nice to pull the butt cheeks back. It's your bum. And you just pull back, get even, lift here, turn the fingers in, come back just about 6 inches from you, from your tailbone. Reach the heels out. Press into the whole hand, gaze up to where the ceiling meets the wall. Keep the tip of the tongue behind the top front teeth. Breathe in and out through the nose, and see if you can collect the ribs in so they're pulling in instead of just kind of popping the belly button forward. And that will sandwich the core muscles in to support the spine like a weight training belt pulled tight. It will support the spine from the front, and it will really help to strengthen these muscles, the erector spinae, which are like 2 sets of railroad tracks right on either side of the spine. And the heels reach out, you're opening through the chest, and again, you can stay here for 5 to 10 to 15 breaths. And then from there, just coming up, and then coming to a spinal twist. So coming down again. Now in this one, I'm crossing my knee on top of my knee. So I'm coming to here. If that doesn't work, it's okay. It's just, we'll open the hip a little bit more into the twist. And maybe the lower leg will wrap, but it doesn't have to. And then I've got my right knee first, always right knee, and come across and then tip to the left. Take the right arm out to the side. The shoulder will come probably well off the floor. Really pull that hip across, and then just gazing over to the right, and the shoulder blade is down. And here again, you can stay for 5 or 10 or 15 breaths. And then breathing into the middle. So again, feel free to pause the video. And coming back, and then you uncross. Recross the left knee on top. Exhale, fall to the right. Gaze to the left. The left shoulder blade is back. I always just like to get a little extra movement of the hip down. And the left arm out to the side, gazing to this side. And then breathing in to come all the way back up. And then you can uncross the legs. Now you can roll to the side, or you can hold on to the legs and breathe in and lift. And then we'll come right up to standing. And you stand just in mountain pose, so you're nice and tall, and you've got the weight evenly distributed through the feet. And then you take, I'll show you this way, you take the left arm up, shoulder blade is plugged in, and then you take the hand down. Also really helpful to pull the elbow down. And then take the opposite arm, so you're taking the thumb back, and then you move towards that hand. Whatever happens is brilliant. And you press the head back into that top left hand. So we're also keeping what's called the lock or bandha in yoga, that you're drawing the rib cage in. And that just feels to me like you're pulling your shirt up over your head, like there's a real sense of drawing the ribs back. And the hand is back, the elbows press back, head presses into the hand, and then I'll show you just from the side. Then you take the inhale and you exhale and just come up. Again, whoops, head back. Get that elbow coming high, keep both elbows pressing back, and then you come right out from the waist. And the breathing in and out through the nose. And then of course, other side. So again, coaxing that elbow, come up and back, press the head back. And then taking that left arm back, and again, you might be quite different on both sides. And then you're pressing the head back, and you're keeping the rib cage from popping forward, coming with the head back, lifting from the rib cage. This feels so good. Breathing in, and then just exhaling over, whoops, head back. Keep pressing through both feet as the elbow comes back. And you get that wonderful stretch out of the left rib cage, or the right rib cage. And then you breathe in, come on back. And our next one is to, to come into the roller. So if somebody doesn't have a roller at home, they could use 2 couch pillows. They tend to be square and quite a bit firmer. And you take the pillows right underneath the shoulder blade. So that's right about where the bra strap is. And you take just below the shoulder blades. So that means the arms can come over. Some people might need to have a block or a rolled towel underneath the head. The arms come over, it feels amazing. You inhale, come back. Beautiful opening through the esophagus. And you can hear it's an opening as opposed to a tightening like this. So the chin is just kind of on an angle, if that's okay. Or again, you might have the head lifted. And I do anatomically have a long neck, so this is a piece of cake. So you really want to be able to be here without, again, pulling too much anywhere, either in the core line or in through the throat. And the arms are just back. Now, the breathing is in and out through the nose. And you want to feel that your body can soften at the front. There's going to be a lot of lengthening happening. And the practice of yoga is not about stretching one area, like trying to stretch the chest or the pectorals or the core. It's actually about breathing as one unit, so that whatever part is tight will let go. The breathing is the key. It's actually the practice of yoga, and the pose is just accentuating the lengthening, but the breathing is the way that we experience the practice, because you want it to be an experience rather than a doing. And then from there, you would take the hands behind the head. I'm really hot, so I can really feel the effects. And then you can roll over from there, and our next one is to come into Sphinx. So we're going to open the backs of the shoulders by taking the hands under into tabletop, walk the legs back, and then you take the elbows so they're coming right underneath the shoulders. So you've got that stacking. And then the arms are apart, number 11s, and you press each foot out and you press into the tops of the feet. The shoulder blades are down the back and you're gazing ahead, and you press into the elbows and the flesh of the forearms. And it's like you're squeezing the subway doors together and down of the shoulder blades. So right in here, and you're just gazing ahead. Press the tops of the feet down, especially the baby toe side. And as you gaze ahead, you're really opening through the chest. You don't need to go into cobra. It's really more press the elbows down, press the feet down, and this will open up in through this area and also strengthen the lower back. So that's Sphinx pose. And then from there, we go right into core. So for the core exercises, I'm going to borrow from the repertoire of Pilates because it's brilliant. Just keep in mind that Joseph Pilates was working with dancers and he was trying to reduce their injuries. So he was trying to strengthen their core in a functional way, which is how we exercise today, functionally. And so the knees come directly over the hips. The core is long, rib cage is in, shoulder blades under, arms pressed down. And there is a natural arc in the low back, so we're not flattening. And we keep the knees here, and then you take one leg down, and this knee stays stable, and you're pulling up in through the core here. And just try to be relaxed. Because there's a lot of contraction of the core, and you don't want anything to happen. Through your shoulders, you want to really relax them back, because we do have a tendency to grip in the shoulders, so it's really helpful if you keep the shoulders free. And very micro slow, as you can see. And this knee is attempting not to pull in. You keep it out right under the hip, so the core stays really strong. I did this morning, and so the muscles are coming online right away. I do this one almost every day, this specific one for my back, scoliosis. And the shoulders, again, whoops, are free. Now, so you can do that, you could go up to like 20 times, but you're basically working to the point where it's like the muscles are quivering because you want to create adaptation. So again, you could pause the video. And then the toes come together. So I've got my knees apart. And it's just a little aerial version. And then your shoulders are released. And now, keeping exactly the same frame, you're coming down with one leg, shoulders free, and coming back up. So you come into external obliques and internal obliques as well. And the other advancement that you can create in the future or now is you can take both legs and you just come out to the point where you absolutely have control and you're keeping the arc. So again, not flattening, and you come out and you come back until eventually maybe you come all the way down. So keeping the low core drawing in the whole time, and nice control, so no momentum. And again, so either one or both. And then you draw the knees into the body, you let the shoulders go, and you just die. And that's it. Good.